Vote buying scheme exposed. Stacey Abrams admits on MSNBC Biden EPA handed her $2 billion to buy new home appliances to reduce electric bills just months before the election. Wow. She admitted fraud. She admitted to fraud. I guess she had no choice but to tell the truth, because we got her, because of Doge found out the $2 billion scheme. This is exactly why Democrats are so much against Doge. This is why they hate Elon Musk, because they're exposing the Democrats for their fraud, like what's going on with Stacey Abrams. She might end up in prison behind this. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to show the clip of her admitting to a crime. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber, and hit that and hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account, so follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Gateway Pundit, and they report, in a jaw-dropping admission on MSNBC, failed Georgia gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams proudly revealed that the Biden administration's EPA funneled nearly $2 billion into a program she spearheaded to replace home appliances just in time for an election year. During an interview with left-wing host Chris Hayes, Abrams proudly recounted how the Biden administration greenlit her project, vitalizing DeSoto, a so-called, quote, climate justice initiative that handed out free home appliances to a select group of residents in a small Georgia town. You can't make this stuff up. But the real bombshell, this taxpayer-funded windfall was part of a larger effort to implement the Democrats' radical climate agenda under the guise of helping Americans with their electric bills. It's all a facade. President Donald Trump, in a fiery rebuke, called out the scheme for what it is, a politically motivated slush fund designed to curry favor with voters using taxpayer dollars. Take $1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee headed up, and we know she's involved. See, they know. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her? Trump said during this joint address to Congress. Rather than deny her involvement, Abrams openly confirmed it, boasting that her pilot program successfully provided government-funded appliances to 75% of DeSoto residents. This should be illegal. She even shared a specific case where a resident's electric bill dropped from $180 to $98, touting it as proof of success. What she failed to mention, however, is how this so-called investment was conveniently timed just months before the election, ensuring the Biden administration could claim a win on energy costs while buying goodwill in key voting blocks. And that's exactly what it is. It's a way to funnel money to people to try to buy votes. That's exactly what this scheme was, which should be illegal. I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I'm not sure that this is necessarily illegal, but this should be illegal, and it's basically fraud. But let's hear her admit this. Here we go. Now, this is under the guise of climate change. They use this for everything. They use that guise for almost everything, I should say. But here we go.
One of the ironies of the attack on you, and I'm going to play what he did, was that my understanding is the program at the source of this whole thing is a program to lower costs for people. Do I have that top line correct?
You have it absolutely right.
Okay, so I'm going to...
No, it was to buy votes. That's why it's happened so close to the election. This was a scheme to purchase votes, and she knows this.
I'm going to play what he had to say, and then I'm going to ask you to explain what the program is that was such an obvious, ludicrous laugh line for the Republicans there. Take a listen.
$1.9 billion to recently created Decarbonization of Homes Committee headed up, and we know she's involved. Just at the last moment, the money was passed over by a woman named Stacey Abrams. Have you ever heard of her?
Okay, so what is this organization? What is your relation to it, and what does it do?
It's a money laundering scheme. It's a way for us to take money from the American taxpayer and pretend we'll give a small percentage of it to a couple of people so we can say, hey, we're fighting climate change by getting them these green appliances, and while I pocket the rest of the money. That's what it is.
In 2023 and 2024, I led a program called Vitalizing DeSoto. We worked in a tiny town in South Georgia to demonstrate that by replacing energy inefficient appliances with efficient appliances, you can lower your cost. And in fact, we accomplished that. For 75% of the community, they got appliances that are lowering their bills right now. We had one woman who saw her electric bill cut in half from $180 to $98. That's what we delivered. And based on that program, a coalition of organizations, famous organizations, came together and said to the EPA, if we can do this here, we can do this for millions more Americans. Let us invest the money of America in lowering the cost for Americans. And the EPA said, okay, great, go for it.
Yeah, like I said, money scheme. She did it. She took $2 billion and provided it to a couple of people in DeSoto. Where's the rest of the money? Where's the rest of the money? But earlier this month, Lee Zeldin, the newly appointed EPA administrator, provided a crucial update on the billions of taxpayer dollars wasted under Biden's watch. This revelation came after Project Veritas released an undercover video in December featuring EPA advisor Brent Efron, who admitted to an insurance policy against the Trump administration and detailed how the agency was funneling billions to climate organizations in a last-minute heist. And so he said, quote, "We're throwing gold bars off the Titanic," Efron admitted on an undercover video exposing the Biden administration's desperate attempt to lock in wasteful spending before leaving office. Zeldin then confirmed that his team at the EPA, quote, "found the gold bars." He said, quote, "Fortunately, my awesome team at the EPA have found the gold bars. Shockingly, roughly 20 billion with a B of your tax dollars were parked at an outside financial institution by the Biden EPA. That is crazy. See, look at this corruption. This is what I mean by corruption. They're doing this. They're doing this in the dark here, this stuff, right before they left. But this scheme was the first of its kind in EPA history and was purposely designed to obligate all of the money to in a rush job with reduced oversight, Zeldin said. Zeldin further revealed that the $20 billion was awarded to just 8 entities, allowing them to distribute taxpayer money to leftist NGOs. Here we go. Like Stacey Abrams. This is what this is all about. This is money. This is money laundering, funneling money. That's what this is all about. This is what I'm talking about, the illegal part. To leftist NGOs with little to no transparency. So we don't even know that these are actually going to the causes that they claim they're going to. But one of the biggest recipients was the Climate United Fund, which received nearly $7 billion. Now, it turns out that a staggering $2 billion of that money was funneled to Power Forward Communities, a newly created nonprofit linked to Stacey Abrams. That's what we're talking about, according to the bombshell report from the Free Beacon that she admitted to. It said, quote, "Doge discovered $2 billion in taxpayer funds set aside for a fledgling nonprofit linked to perennial Georgia Democratic candidate Stacey Abrams. The Environmental Protection Agency under the Biden administration awarded Power Forward Communities the grant in April of 2024 as part of the agency's greenhouse reduction fund program. Now, she had just created that entity. They only raised about $100, so they didn't really have anything proven yet. They only raised about $100, and then she ended up getting $2 billion from Biden. Are you serious now? Are you for real? Despite receiving billions in taxpayer funds, Power Forward Communities was only funded months earlier in late 2023 and had never handled anywhere near that amount of money. That's what I was just alluding to. Its latest tax filings show that it reported just $100 in total revenue during the first 3 months. This isn't the first time a Stacey Abrams affiliated organization has come under fire for financial misconduct. Francie Johnson, the head of Abrams' nonprofit, the New Georgia Project, recently resigned after the firm was hit with a massive $300,000 fine for illegal campaign fundraising. This is why they're getting this money for real. This is the real reason, and so they can go out and do these illegal things. This is the legal stuff that I'm talking about. Her other entity is in trouble for this. The New Georgia Project, which Abrams created in 2013 to increase Democrat voter turnout, was caught raising $4.2 million in dark money and illegally spending $3.2 million on campaign activities. So you don't think this other entity that received $2 billion, you don't think they're doing the same exact thing? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean by some illegal stuff going on. And Doge is going to find out. Johnson's resignation is just another sign that the organization has been a financial scandal waiting to happen. Crazy, crazy stuff. She's gonna be held accountable. Trump is not playing with these people. He already put her on blast, so she better be afraid. This is why she's coming out talking about it, because she know Trump has her number and she's trying to get ahead of it. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.